Hello, everyone. Welcome to Appsol's webinar, Salesforce Field Service. Thank you for joining us. Today, we are going to deep dive into Field Service, formerly Field Service Lightning. Salesforce Field Service is the world's leading solution for field service management. My name is Natalia. I'm a digital presence coordinator at Appsol, and I'll be hosting this presentation today. I'll begin by giving you a quick intro of our presenter. Gloria Lee is a business development representative at Appsol, and she's coming directly from Salesforce. Gloria has been in the business technology space with 3 years of experience in fast-growing SaaS tech startups and CRM market leaders like Salesforce. Let's get ready for the webinar. Welcome, Gloria. I'll now hand over to you.
Thanks, Natalia. So we're going to cover a little bit of the agenda today, and we'll talk about Salesforce Field Service. Some global expert advice on the actual platform itself, and then we'll cover who we are in this space and our focuses, as well as a live demo where we'll be able to kind of actually see the product in play, and then we'll end off with a Q&A if we have a little time at the end there. Okay, so Salesforce Field Service. What is Salesforce? So we'll talk about Salesforce as an entity first. It is the world leading CRM. For anything sales, service, or marketing related. That's essentially the bread and butter where we're able to streamline all processes onto one living platform. Now, Salesforce Field Service specifically has been added onto Salesforce in 2016. Of course, we realize that there is a need in the distribution space, or more so in the field service space when it comes to digitizing operation fields. So global expert advice, what we want to touch on here is Salesforce was actually able to pull out a survey for more than 4,000 global field service decision makers in the space. And of this survey, 80% of the decision makers said that field service is a key to their overall strategy. 75% mentioned that field service is driving revenue, and 76% of mobile workers, these would be your technicians or your agents on field, find that their jobs have been more strategic than ever before. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next slide here. And then just to add to this as well, when we talk about this global expert advice, we want to think about all the solutions that field service is actually enabling. So whether that be reduced ability to provide prompt services, less complaints from customers, and increasing work quality, as well as showroom appointments that are often booked and sometimes there are no shows. As well as declining profit margins. So a lot of this will be covered in the demo once we hop in, and I'll show you exactly how that works out. So who we are, Appsol, we are a Salesforce certified implementation partner. We've been in the space for about 7 years with over 500 projects under our belts. We were the very first Salesforce certified partner to implement field service in North America, in all of North America, in the small business segment. On top of that, we are Canada's #1 Salesforce Field Service partner with the most projects deployed. So this is very much so our bread and butter. We've been there from the get-go, and we're obviously growing along with the changes that are being made with field service and in the space. So our focus today will be mainly talking about Salesforce Field Service. But apart from that, we do also touch on other projects like Propose to Project, which is essentially an end-to-end solution that would meet all your needs from sales, marketing, HR. We've paired up with Humi, your payroll, which we've paired up with Accounting Seed, as well as all your day-to-day operation. Everything is pretty much streamlined in this bundle package that we've created, of course, with room to customize with your business. Custom heat map as well, which is a belt that we've built here at Appsol, mainly for the distribution space. So think about your Bells or your Rogers, or even HVAC energy companies. It's actually a visual map that allows you to see where your infrastructure, your prospects, leads, and existing customers all live on, which is really great. It's kind of filling the gap or the need that is missing in the operations space for distribution. So we'll move along into our live demo here. And we'll bring you into field service. So right away, you'll be able to go into your field service space. So click into field service, and we're pulled into a scheduling software. In the scheduling field, you'll be able to see all your technicians on the left side here, as well as the dates that they're scheduled in, okay? You have the option to either pick weekly, monthly, cadence, however you'd wish to see or view the space. As well, you're able to check in on routes or maps and all scheduled dispatches and scheduled appointments. Okay. Now, the great thing here is, as a dispatcher, it's saving you a lot more time when you're scheduling a technician to a specific task or service that they need to attend to. This changes the game, obviously, with customer service. There's no more, dialing in directly with your technician to see what their availability looks like, because it all lives under one system, making that customer service more efficient, faster, and of course, sustainable for the long run. So we'll go into maintenance plans. This is great for, say for example, a building that has multiple units or condos in the building, and there has to be some sort of reoccurring cadence for air duct maintenance work. So for example, we'll go into the 6-month preventative air duct maintenance monthly. And right away, you'll be able to see what the plan looks like. So the maintenance plan number is unique, work type, okay, as well as the account that it's tied to. The great thing is you can actually click into the account and it'll pull directly into the account address and information, as well as contact and contact number. Okay. So move back here, and we'll be able to go down to work order generation. You can set your time frame for either 6 months, or you could set it to a full year, or even every 4 months. So it could be a 4-month contract. Setting your frequency type as to how many times the technician will come and check in. So maybe it's once a month, or you have the ability of moving it to days, weeks, months, or years. Okay. You'll go ahead and set your date for the first work order in the next batch. Okay. And work order generation status. From here, you're able to either auto-generate your work orders, or you can do them manually. At the bottom here, you'll be able to put, obviously, your maintenance plan title with a description and go ahead and save it. Okay, so for the sake of the demo, I'm actually going to go back into maintenance plan, and we're going to create one. All right, so our start date, we can start on, say, August 2nd. And end date. Now the person that we're contacting would be, say, Jim Smith, and he lives at 36 Park Lawn Road. Generation time frame will be 4 months, 4-month contract. And let's say, for example, he wants us to check in bi-weekly every month. Our start date would then be on the 3rd of August, and we can go ahead and auto-generate work orders. From there, we could put our work type, our deck service, and a description. Go ahead and save that. And automatically the maintenance plan generates a unique number. You'll be able to see all the work orders that you'll eventually have with all the information in the actual maintenance plan. Okay, so we'll move into maintenance plan. View all. And you'll be able to see that MP0010 has been generated for a 4-month contract, the start date, end date, and the date of the work order. Okay. Now, say for example, Jim moved into his condo, but had something sporadically happen. So he needs somebody to come check out the condo or the air duct immediately. In this case, you would be able to create work orders on the spot. Right here, you'll be able to generate a list view of all your work orders or your recently viewed ones. So we'll go and check them out. You'll see all your work orders with your unique numbers, the subjects, the accounts that they're tied to, and a priority list. So you can actually generate how you would like to see the list based off of priority or even based off of subjects. Okay, so moving into the work order, when we want to create one, it's the same idea as a maintenance plan. We'll go ahead and create a new one. You'll tie in the contacts of Jim. He lives at 36 Park. It's a high priority because he wants it fixed as soon as possible. And the work type, air duct broken. Now you have the ability, whether you have business in Canada or the States, to change the currency. So for the sake of this demo, it'll be in Canadian dollars, and we'll put a subject. And description. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save. So in other words, in retrospect, when a dispatcher receives the information from a customer by phone, they're able to generate this work order directly onto their desktop. Now, when we go into, so the work order's unique number has been generated. It's 6069. And then you'll be able to see the related service appointment and appointment number. Right away, your dispatcher can click into the service appointments and they can book a technician. When they book a technician, automatically the platform is reading the skills that the technician will need. They're also reading into all your technicians' schedules and what's available. So let's say the earliest that we have is Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. window. We'll click into that. And perfect, the appointment is scheduled for Thursday, today, from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You can go ahead and view the service appointment, and literally within 5 minutes, your dispatcher is able to send out a technician to your customer. Okay, that changes the game because it creates more siloed teams and processes, helping your customer gain, obviously, better customer experience. Okay, so now we go into our related. Right away, you'll be able to see notes and attachments, which in a second, I'll show you exactly why this is here. You're able to attach files, notes, who it's been created, and the assigned resources. So this would be the technician, Gloria, who is assigned to the service. Okay, great. So now we'll move into the next tab, which is service territories. This is a great way to be able to see an overall view as to what territories are available, your operating hours, as well as service resources. So this would be technically all your technicians that would be listed here. And when you actually click into a technician, you'll be able to see their related skills that are associated to them. So for example, Gloria, she has AC installation, AC service, duct, and furnace. You'll also be able to notice that all the service appointments that she's been assigned to with calculated durations. Now, moving forward to this, I wanted to bring you into the report section, which is really great. You're able to create several different types of reports according to what you'd like to measure, whether it be types of services that you see more frequently, or hours spent, however that looks like. So again, this would be a report, and then dashboards on the right side here, which gives you a nice overall visual view as to how the company is doing. So we'll go into the company dashboard. Okay, and then we'll also go into field service dashboard, more importantly. Right away in these dashboards, you can see an overall picture as to what types of services are being service. So air conditioning service, air duct install, air duct service, furnace installation, furnace with the amount, but as well as color coordination as to the progress and status as to where they lie. So any completed services would have obviously be in a light purple. If it's still in progress, it'll be in dark purple. If it is scheduled, you'll see it in a light blue. And then none would be dark blue. Okay. You can also have other dashboards based off of service appointments by status. You'll see an overall view as to the status of all your services as a collective. Another way to do it is also services by work type. Okay. Right away, you'll be able to see an overall picture at a high level that the business has more air duct services that they see in general. Okay, great. So I am going to bring you over to the mobile version of what your technician or your agent would be seeing on the other end. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see my mobile app right now. As your technician, once the once the schedule is scheduled out and the appointment is booked, your field service rep will be able to see that automatically on their mobile. Okay, so Gloria Lee, that is your technician. This is what they'll be seeing. They'll go into their scheduled app. And for today, they can see, okay, Great, so I have 2 appointments that need to be done. And a great feature about this is that the mobile app is actually integrated with Google Maps. So it allows them to streamline their routes. Everything's kind of taken care of all into one platform here. So we'll move into the scheduled appointment that we created for Jim. Right away, we'll bring ourselves into the work order. On the top left here, you'll be able to see 6069 ad hoc air duct services. Automatically, Gloria can check in. She'll see her map that she needs to get directions with. She can open it in Google Maps. It'll pull directly into the location, and she can go ahead and start her route. Okay. Now it'll give you an ETA of 25 minutes. She can go ahead and schedule her day accordingly. The contact, which is great because you'll be able to dial in automatically. You can even text them or shoot them a quick email. Whatever method you choose best. Okay. Okay, so we'll move into details over here. Right away, you'll be able to see, okay, Jim had a high priority service, the account, which we can click into as well as the work type and what needs to be done. Over here, you'll be able to see the related section, so work order, line items, and service appointments, and your feed as well. Okay, so as a dispatcher on the other end, you're not able to see this on my end right now, but I am scheduling out the appointment and clicking the status as scheduled and dispatched. Now, Gloria on the other end, she will go into her work order. Let's say the job is done. Everything is good on her end. She can go ahead and create an action. So status update is in progress when she arrives at the location. And that will obviously integrate onto the Salesforce directly on the desktop side, so we'll be able to see that there too. And then once the job is complete, she'll go back into an action. Status update is complete, or in some cases, if it's not completed, you have the option to click cannot complete. Okay. So this feature is great actually because it alleviates a lot of pain points in the past, especially in field service. A lot of it is done by paper. So at times, let's say, for example, your technician is driving back home, maybe the papers are lost. The digitization of operation obviously allows some sort of guarantee where you're able to have everything completed, finish the task, and then if need be, you can even take a picture of the tasks that needed to be completed. So for the sake of this demo, we'll go ahead and upload a picture. We'll do some AirPods for now. And the picture's uploaded. Finish. Very simple, really quick to do. And on the spot too, when it comes to paperwork, we can actually create the service report right on the spot. So Gloria goes to Jim. Jim's satisfied with obviously the service. He's able to see all the information on the service report. We'll get a signature from Jim, so get a signature. Sign and complete. So his name is Jim. And right away, Jim can actually sign directly on the mobile. Save. generate service report. And when you pull up, you'll be able to see in the overview top page, service report, signed, everything's completed. Of course, this avoids the pain point of losing any documents. It's already siloed into the system, it's already streamlined into the system, and we have everything updated. Okay. You can even email this document directly to Jim on the spot. Really, again, just streamlines the entire process where all the operations can be done anywhere at any time. Okay. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen over here. We'll bring you back onto the desktop.
So just a moment, we're waiting for Gloria to show her desktop screen.
Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, great. So we're back onto the desktop on the dispatcher's end. We'll go ahead and give this service appointment a refresh. And automatically, when we scroll down into the status, we'll be able to see that the service appointment is in fact complete. So when we talk about the high-level process, one thing to note is when it comes to customer service, the contact center agents, dispatchers, and field technician, this platform really streamlines the entire process, making it very seamless. When the customer calls in, has an issue, the contact center agent is able to automatically take in the call with the desktop user. They'll be able to handle the inbound cases automatically on the spot. Create a work order, what we showed you right over here. And book the appointment all in one call. Okay. From the dispatcher's end as well, so once they create the case, the work order, and book the appointment, they're able to dispatch the actual service. So desktop user will be able to build and manage the jobs from the technician side, as well as optimize the job scheduling based on the technician skills and routing. So the great thing about this platform too is once you go into, let's say, for example, a work order that hasn't been completed, they can go ahead, book the right person for the job. Instead of having to check in with every single technician, the platform is, of course, machine learning. They'll be able to read the algorithms as to what technician has the right skill sets, who is the closest to the actual region, and of course, their scheduling availabilities. Okay. So the next thing to note on this as well is the field technician. So the great thing about field service is the ability for your technician to pick up their mobile and have everything, all the information live onto their handheld device. They'll be able to see the work order, their routes automatically. They have the ability to be optimized and to actually strategically see if they can cross-sell or upsell. For example, a lot of the cases, you'll have an inside man that sees the job and maybe there's a secondary job that needs to be done. Well, now with the mobile device, it now gives you the possibility of creating new work orders or scheduling something in for a following date. Of course, this is a big game changer for the field service space. Apart from that, your field service technician is able to check in when the actual service is in progress and then complete or not complete the task in terms of punching in for time. So a lot of things going on here, but really we're simplifying the process to amplify everything and alleviate a lot of the pain points that we typically see. So again, just wanted to touch on those pain points. We're now seeing more siloed teams and processes. So the results that we'll see is the customer is no longer disconnected from the experience. Sometimes we don't have visibility into the customer data. Now we do. Everything is very transparent, and also all appointments that were booked previously, there is a long history that lives onto your platform now. Okay, any missed revenue ops, you can now go back into contacts or accounts to go revisit those opportunities and see if you can revive new business or existing business as well. Another pain point that would come across is inefficient work scheduling. So we talked about this in our first tab over here into, field service. Now, the cost of not being able to schedule right away and to have that service streamlined, booked in within a phone call, of course, will cost the business revenue. So misaligned skills and timing and poor changes to processes is also another pain point that you'd come across without that machine learning, knowing exactly what technicians and skills should be assigned to the service or to the proper contact and work that needs to be done. Okay. And then lastly would be no mobile capabilities for field techs. So in the past, again, we talked about, a field technician receiving a phone call or maybe an email as to what they need to do. So there's no real-time visibility into what work they need to do. And of course, the nature of the work, a lot of things do change, or maybe a window isn't met. Maybe you have carbon paper that you often lose those documents. All of that is eliminated because everything lives on your mobile device, and you're able to put in the proper data, upload the proper forms, get the right signatures. And so there is peace of mind there when it comes to completing the job. Okay, great. So we'll go out of here and we'll leave it open to any questions or any clarifications that you guys might need. Feel free to either leave them in the chat or you can go ahead and ask.
If anyone wants to submit questions, you can do so. Feel free to unmute yourself also. Up to you. So any questions? Well, if there are no questions, we can move on. If you want to connect with us, you can do it via website, email, or phone. Additionally, you can also follow us on social media for the latest updates, see our articles, or have any conversation with us in case you have further questions about today. Thank you for your attention and for being here today. As a reminder, this webinar recording will be sent to you very shortly. Stay tuned for more future events at appsol.com and our social media. Thanks, everyone.